Hi, I'm Martyn, one of the testers from Sweet Pea. Join me to showing you how to use the Festive Coasters and Appliqué on the back of a garment. Let's take a look at putting a embroidery on the back of this little shirt. I've chosen one of the designs from our coasters, and so I'm not going to use all the elements in the embroidery, but I'm going to use some. Most important thing is to find exactly where centre is on this little shirt. So we've measured from armhole to armhole to get the actual vertical line, and then we should be able to square off this line to get our horizontal line, but that is assuming that the grains are correct and that the garment has been cut and sewn evenly. So it was ready bought, so it may have a few quirks about it, but let's mark our crosshatch, which will match up to our embroidery template. Because we've got quite a defined line by having that yoke seam, we need to make sure that that line is parallel to the yoke seam, otherwise it'll look like the design is skew, even though it may not be on the garment. I've printed out a couple of sizes of this design just to see what will actually suit. I've gone with the smaller one because it's actually a smaller garment. I didn't want the design to be taking over the whole back panel, so I'm using the 5x5. Finding that center point really important, it matches the template. So let's transfer the center point and our cross here by putting the grid inside our hooped up hoop. So we've got some stabiliser in the hoop. I've just got cutaway, and let's find our matching point. So I'm pinning on the 5 points, and then I'm going to join these points together with a ruler, and we will then have a matching cross here. So the cross here on the hoop will match the cross here on the garment, so as that the position of the design will match once completed. I could use a sticky stabiliser in this situation, but I haven't. I've used a cutaway, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive onto the hoop to stick my garment. So let's get some. I'm using a 505 repositionable embroidery quilting spray. Just a light dusting, not too much. Like about 505 is it's actually quite washable. It's not really toxic. It doesn't have that awful smell, and you can reposition it for ages. So matching my centre to centre, then line to line. With this 5x5 hoop, it's a little bit deceiving because the centre lines, the crosshair lines, once you take it off the plastic template, not totally centre in the hoop. It's slightly off, which is fine, but it does throw you off the first time. If you're using this to hoop for the first time, it's not totally centre. Just believe in the process. Mark your crosshair on your garment, mark your crosshair off your template in your hoop. It will all match. Now I'm just pinning on the very outside edge on the internal hoop. For no other reason, just so as I don't get any surprises. I don't want the garment coming undone. But I'm using the outside edge so as that there's no way that the foot will come in contact with any pins. So there is a margin around the outside edge of the hoop that the foot does not go into, and I'm using that margin. You can see that on the template. It's the area outside the grid. Right, so that's in position. Let's go to do our design. So I'm just going to do the rocking horse, but I want to change the text. I don't want Happy Holidays. I want to put Christmas 2025. So I can add some text to this design. So I need to return to my loading page, go add, find a font. Choosing my font. My first word will be Christmas, so I need to find the capital C. And look, and then I've got to make sure that it is the smallest size so it will fit in this box. So spelling out the name, it's not a QWERTY keyboard, so positions of your letters are in a slightly different place, but that's fine. Most embroidery machines are capable of doing this. You just have to follow your manual to do it. Right, so I've got Christmas with a space and 2025. I've set it. I want to bring this down and show you what it is. Let's just bring it down so you can see the font, and I'm going to enlarge it on my screen so as I can get a good clear look at this. Right, Christmas 2025, that has to fit in that box. It's going to sit over top of the Happy Holidays, which we're not going to stitch. So we may need to resize or compact our letters. So we go into spacing, and we want to, well, I'm going to narrow my lettering a couple of clicks. Then I'm going to try and put it up into my space. You just have to have a little bit of patience with this. It all works. You just got to work out how it works. And I think I might have got it a little bit too small. I'm going to push it over one direction. And once I think I've got it in the right place, I'm going to actually then go into my magnifying screen and have a look to see where I am. Okay, so I could perhaps expand that a little bit more. It could probably go up a couple of clicks so as it's more central in that box. So once I've done a task, I quite often go back and look at it again. Yep, so the same distance, we probably could go over one click, and we're actually sitting over top of that text, so pretty happy. Close that. And then we're going to go into embroidery mode, and that text will be in the last position on our list. Okay, so it will be in the last position. Anything you add will go last. So that little window up there shows us our different steps as we're going, but it's too small for us to see everything. So there's our outline for our reindeer. So that's our outline, and then our placement stitching for our fabric. And that's where we actually want to start. We want to start with we don't want to do any batting. We're not going to do any stitching around the edge. We're just going to start with our reindeer. Doing the placement line for my reindeer. So I'm quite a ways up to that yoke seam, but I'm not going to cover it. So I'm up there, but I'm not going to cover it. The antlers will probably just touch that stitching, that seam line, the yoke seam. But it's a little child shirt, and you want to have a design that's going to fit within the boundaries of the child wearing it, because most likely a new shirt is usually quite big on a child, because you wouldn't buy something that's going to fit them directly. Otherwise, there's going to be no chance of them wearing it for too long. And this could be a family heirloom with this design on the back of it. You just don't know. So the design does have Happy Holidays on it. I'm choosing just to put different wording. So there's my outline. I'm going to be doing my satin stitch around this. Just following the sequence. There's stars and all sorts of things that are in this design. I'm just skipping through those. I don't really want to see them. I don't think it's necessary. I just want to have the beast on the rocker with the text below. That's all I want, keeping it simple. So I'm actually jumping across some of the elements. So the hooves are going to go in. I love the way the eyes just make the animal come to life. Now, I stopped the machine between the antlers and the nose because it was all one colour, but I wanted to put a red nose in, so I just stopped the machine, changed my thread. Nothing special, I just was watching for it. Now we've got the saddle. And trim back. I watch people do this so elegantly when it comes to trimming while it's still on the machine. Now, I don't have that skill. Right, so we're going to put in our rocker. I think my fabric's too far up. It's very, very shy there. Probably unpick it and do it again. Yes, I did. Just moved it up a tad because it was just too fragile there. Being a child's garment, it's going to have a bit of rough and tumble, so I don't really want it to be frail on any of the seams. Now, if you had a piece of fabric which was quite light and the dark was going to show through that fabric, put a piece of cutaway or another piece of white fabric underneath it just to block out the colour from coming through. Here we're doing the edging around the box, which is going to hold the text. Then we just skip past the text and go to that last step, which will give us... Okay, so we've got some steps left. So the gold spice there, well, that was the original text. I don't want to use that, so I'm going to skip past it and go straight to my black, which is Christmas 25. And voila, we have a completed design. If you've got some jumps between letters, I just trim the tops, I leave the backs. Generally, people don't notice this, but sometimes you've got one that looks a bit obvious. So without the stars, this is a very simple toy reindeer rocking horse. Well, it's a rocking deer. So rather than Happy Holidays, we've got Christmas 2025. I tried to decide whether I was going to actually curve that text, and I thought to myself, no, I can do it in the machine. Easy. Now, if I'd used tearaway, I could just tear that out. But because there's a few details like writing and also the antlers from the reindeer, I've chosen to use a cutaway, which I'm going to cut away sort of like 1/4 of an inch from the stitching. It's a bit, I won't say tricky to do. You just got to watch that you don't cut your fabric, so that's why I'm using a little pair of scissors. If you were going to use tearaway, that's absolutely fine, but you don't want the design to collapse because it's got no support behind it. You'll find that most designs that are commercially done will have a cutaway stabiliser. I hope you enjoyed this little exercise. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, how about checking out our winter ornaments?